Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel where today I'll be having a listening party for Bring Me the Horizon's new, old new album? However you wanted to think about it. Count Your Blessings, Repented. Now, before they started releasing, well, I say started releasing stuff for this, even though it was only 2 songs, I've only listened to Off the Heezay, and I really like that one, mainly because of the part, like that whole bit. I just find it entertaining. And then this, I've heard Black and Blue, and I listened to Dehumanized, and I really, really like Dehumanized, and I'll listen to Black and Blue, why not? I think I'd never really, this was like before I got, definitely before I got into Bring Me the Horizon, but I think by the time I got into them, it was around Drown, and I hardly ever went before that, except for like a few songs, Shout Out Moses, Can You Feel My Heart, you know, whatever, the popular stuff, you know? So I'm kind of excited to listen to this, especially because this is, in a sense, how the band started. And I mean, I'm also kind of excited because I think really the only deathcore I really like is the early or the 2000 style, like Suicide Silence, what they have. I'll listen to anything with Mitch Lucker any day of the week. I don't even think about after Mitch Lucker, Suicide Silence, but that's neither here nor there. I'm just excited to get into this. So without further ado, pull up the album and on your phone or a different tab or whatever, and let's listen along to Count Your Blessings, Repented. Sorry, I put on the lyrics for this, so I don't make any mistakes. And the first thing is, oh, we don't know the lyrics for this one. 20-year-old song, don't have the lyrics. That's crazy. Very big opening. I'll give it that. Very high energy. I'm fucking with it. Oh shit. I was not expecting it for it to like change up like that, like so soon. And then, okay. I thought like since because of how fast it went to like that, like halftime feel, we'd go back to this like immediately. Okay. You know what's funny? I was showing my mom Dehumanized. I should save that for later, but like, it's just funny to think that this guy's the same guy who did like Follow You off of whatever. Oh, That's the Spirit. I couldn't remember the name of the album. Oh shit! Fuck. I will say this is clean. It is probably like beautiful to be able to listen to this with like such clean guitar tones and everything. Like I said, I hadn't listened to any of the album from like the 2000s except off the Heezay, so I have a little bit of like an idea of what the tone was, and it was not this fucking heavy. Oh, I thought we were gonna keep going, just slowing it down. Okay. I always love when they do like the snare hit off beat, So on here it's on beat 4 rather than like before when it was like either down, on the downbeat on the quarter note or on beat 3. Okay, that's keeping me on my toes. It's keeping me on my toes. It's like everything stops. I hear 2 hits over here on my right side, and then we just speed it back up. Oh, clean harmonies. Okay. There's a clean arpeggio. Actually, I feel like this is even funnier if you think about this, like, because they have that song Heavy Metal, and I like the idea of them doing this in that same way that T-Pain, releasing that medley without auto-tune to prove that he can sing without the auto-tune or whatever. It's like, hey, don't get it twisted. We still got that dog in us, all right? Oh. And I love the fact that they brought the dodgeball snare back. I'm certain other bands have been doing that, like as of late too. I don't care. I haven't heard it. It just feels like it's very fitting. It feels good that they're at least honoring kind of like that iconic sound with this. Sorry, my nose itches. God. It's a clean blast beat. I'll give him that. What? Okay, I guess the guitars had like a little bit of a break. Feels like they're gonna get bored every like 8 measures if they don't change it up a little bit. Or not a little bit. It feels like they're just doing idea after idea. It's like we have a riff. Okay, now we have another riff. Now we have another riff. I bet this song goes so fucking hard live. It is still crazy to think that Ollie can't scream like that. That is a crazy transition. And then it's so funny because, like I said, I listened to like more That's the Spirit and Onward, and I'm not even gonna say I listened to everything that they did. Like just songs here and there. I'm not the biggest Bring Me fan, so just going from that to this, I'm like, oh damn, like they're actually really good at what they do. Like they've been just chilling for a while, apparently. Like this guitar work is really insane. Same with the drums too, and then you know it's funny with Ollie because it's like I can't say whether or not like he's been holding back or not because you know he's still like you know putting his all into the clean vocals. But has anybody ever seen that video with a guy like dissects how like live they have to bring everything down? Like, cause Ollie can't like sing that high, but they bring it up for the whatever. I can't find that video anymore. I just remember who made it. This is a crazy pause. Okay. I don't know if this is gonna make sense, but I love when a breakdown feels groovy enough to where you could dance to it. Or like, and I don't know if I could say there's breakdowns in a song like this or whatever, where everything is like so heavy. But like moments like now, I just feel like I could dance, you know, where it like slows it down. Not here, you know. But it keeps playing with me. I want to dance and then like dance and then, of course, when I'm finally expecting it to speed back up, they switch it. Okay. He hit that. He hit that shit, not gonna lie. I think I love in a metal song when it's like chaos and then everybody just locks in like what they're doing right now. That's okay. That was nasty. That was nasty. Oh, we're still going. That's so. The slowdown was not necessary. Okay. We're still going. They keep getting my neck with this. I feel like I'm not going to know when we move on to the next song now. I'm glad I have a screen off to the side, like I said, to look at lyrics that apparently they don't know the lyrics or whatever. But like, it's crazy. If I wasn't looking at that, I would think that we're like a song ahead now. That's a very surprisingly pretty ending for what this song was, if that is the ending. It'd be crazy if they just hit us with like a bell or tubular bell or something and then, okay. God, the drummer has to be able to run like a marathon after recording this album again. Just blast beat after blast beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 16th notes. Ooh. Oh, they let the drummer just have it for that moment. Is it weird that my favorite part was just the roll on the cymbal bell? That was cool. That was cool. Having that. See, this you can't dance to, but I can mosh to this. I wonder if anybody's gonna get mad that I'm saying that that stuff on this album sounds like stuff you could dance to. But you can dance to anything if you put your mind to it. I'm certain the drummer is doing that two-handed, but I like the idea of him trying to, like, get it all one-handed. Heaviest bitch I've ever heard. Alright, back to the blast beat. Oh, well, that was a smooth into that other thing. I wonder how many guitar layers are going on here. Because, like, I feel like I hear, like, at least maybe 2 or 4 or whatever. Or not guitar layers, but, like, parts. Because I feel like I'm hearing, like, you know, the one part that's, like, it feels like saying low in the chugs. Unless they're, like... I think I'm just not able to hear if, like, the chugs happen with, like, the lead stuff happening, too, or not, you know? We just went right into that. Okay, okay. Speed it back up. I wonder if there's going to be any lovely emotional ballads on this one. Oh, and the tremolo picking. That's fun. I don't know why that one sounds funny to me. I feel like after hearing, like, straight shredding and chugs, it's just funny to hear tremolo. Now I'm speeding it back up. I thought they were gonna, like, do it slower there. Honestly. Did they say one more time before going into this? How many? I'm pretty sure the album I did a listening party for last week had a song that also ended with just, like, one last little bitch at the end of it. So we got Malcolm Todd doing that, Bring Me the Horizon, A Day to Remember, and weirdly not Pierce the Veil. I think they got, like, a Fuck Yeah or some shit like that. I don't know. Whatever they do at the end of Disasterology. And, I don't know. I don't know if they have a bitch at the end of their cover of Don't Fear the Reaper. Man, the drummer is really going ham on the, like, the bell of that. I like that. Snare only on the riff part, and then kick on the... Okay. I really do like the harmonies. I don't know, maybe it's me. I feel like I don't hear guitar harmonies like that anymore, whatever that interval is. I feel like maybe they were overdone and people like avoided them to not sound corny, but I feel like they've been gone for so long enough to where they can make a comeback. Start using whatever that harmony is. I don't know if it's like a minor third or not. Maybe it's a third. I don't know. I was never good at identifying harmonies. I thought it was a different rhythm. Hold on. Oh, yeah, okay. That is kind of like a dotted rhythm. That is kind of a dotted rhythm that's going up. I just can't think of what it is. Dotted quarter, maybe? There's a slowdown. Or it feels like, at least. It's a lot of reverb on that snare hit. That is a lot. They were controlling it, though. Oh, this one. Oh, it's black and blue. Okay. Like, this one's got lyrics. It's the first one with the lyrics, and it's black and blue. The one that they released who knows how long ago. I mean, 20 years, but you get what I mean. I want to try to wash it away. I want to cleanse your veins. Okay, actually, wait a minute. How often do they do a run like that? I feel like they did that a lot in the last song, and then brought it back for this one, huh? And maybe it's just the fact that it's like a similar idea, but it sounded almost like identical. It's interesting that that's like the cleanest he sounds. I want to say besides that one bit in for Stevie Wonder's Eyes Only. As they say, you still got hell to look forward to, and you've still got hell. I wonder if this Go to Hell for Heaven's Sake might be some type of spiritual successor to this one. Right? That was Bring Me the Horizon. Like I said, anything before, I guess that's the spirit. I mean, even after, I am just like novice, but I'm certain of that one. That one just sounds like octave leads. I wish I was a drummer so I could write parts like that. I don't know why. It's so simple, but it feels like more thought has to go into it other than just throw kicks in there and whatnot, you know? I wonder how this song pairs with No Pity for a Coward by Suicide Silence, actually. Like, it's fun to just think about, oh, you know what? I just dawned on me. Black and blue, like you hung yourself. Yeah, okay. Or no, is that being beaten? Being beaten, no, beaten and choked out? Oh my god, it's been so long since I thought about, like, that, Chrissy, black and blue, something like that. I know blue should be for, like, suffocated. And they have the, you tie the rope, I'll kick the fucking chair, so. I'm certain. Sorry if I sound dumb. I like that top line, like, dissonance thing. That was a anxiety-inducing. But I'm only bringing up No Pity for a Coward solely because they're like, do it! No one will cry, no one will miss you. Or this, like, angel on the shoulder while No Pity for the Coward. Yeah, it's the devil. I don't know. And when you still got nothing to make black and blue. Ooh, solo. I like deathcore solos because it's held out note and then shred, for like 2 beats and then hold out note and then just shred. Well, he's not holding out notes anymore, but the tapping goes crazy. Tapping goes real crazy. I've never... Tie the rope, I'll kick the air. I wonder if that's a mistake, because it says to tie the rope, I'll kick the fucking air rather than chair. But then every other time it was chair, including this time it says chair. But it didn't sound... But it did not sound like... Oh, that's kind of a bluesy. I don't have bluesy. Like, South? I feel like I'm thinking of like The Swimmer by Jared Alonji, where it's supposed to be like very country at the end. And that's what that kind of reminded me of. So Dance, this has to be our emotional ballad. So I'm now just thinking a lot about those lyrics from Black and Blue about that kick the fucking air. It could just be a mistake, and because I read air, then I heard air, but I swear it did not sound like he said chair that time. I feel like this is like more of an opener than anything else. Okay. We're being guided into this one. I actually really like how sparse the drums can be. Like, I think the drums written on this album is actually very well done, because I feel like it's never just in your face. It feels very controlled, you know? Like, it just knows what needs to be done at any moment in time, you know? Like, maybe some, like, other, I don't know, some other bands would have, like, something like this. Maybe just, like, 16th notes following through with the guitars, you know? No, that can't be. There's no way that there's an instrumental song on this album. We're gonna get a snare hit, and this is about to be like crazy nonsense. Come on. No, really? An instrumental? That must have... Okay, I guess that's what we had. I feel like that'd be a great opener when this is the only album of music that they had out, actually. And it could lead to anything that they wanted to play, actually, too. So they could always start the same, but then the next song, anybody's guess. Well, I see some pinch harmonics there. I mean, it sounds... I don't want to say copy-pasted or intentional, but also it sounds like instead of like wanting to do pinch harmonics, it's like as he played through it, the more he played it, he just kind of naturally started doing pinch harmonics. Like, I'll do that. I'll be playing a part and then just naturally just like want to add pinch harmonics to like randomly or whatever. But then like it becomes, that's where a pinch harmonic is rather than where I just wanted to play it like for funsies, you know? Like, it feels so easy. If you're a guitarist, I wonder if you feel the same way, how easy it is, like playing a lead part that you wrote and just adding just pinch harmonics places. This is what I'm talking about when I say like having the kick drum following like the lead or whatever. I'm not saying that was bad or anything, but I feel like I just feel like at times it feels like that's all the drummer will do is like make sure there's always like a steady kick drum, like rhythm, whatever, like the instruments can't hold it down. But I feel like this drummer notes that that everything keeps, like everybody's keeping everybody together, you know? It's tight, it's solid. Ooh. I wonder how many vocal layers it took to get that. Anyway, so I also forget that he can go really low. I only really know Ollie Sykes for like, I guess his higher fry screams, I guess. Not any like lows or gutturals, so. I have to be reminded that he is that guy. That is a very interesting sound from the guitars. I feel like it would have sounded odd, but I feel like because happening different pitches on both sides, a bit crusher, cool. But that was just like, what the hell was that noise for those guitars? Okay. I guess that's something that they do a lot actually. Like when the chug. Maybe I just haven't picked up on it. I think I clocked it on another song, but now I'm thinking that's just like how they wrote songs back when they wrote this. Because he does the kicks with all the chugs, and then anything else, who will, maybe a snare, but no kick. Or it's this. Maybe I'm wrong, but if I clock it on another song, then I'll say it's like that's how they wrote songs, but maybe right now it's a writing convention, or they wrote this song similar to the other one, and it's still kind of like the idea drum-wise, you know? This being considered thrash influenced right now. I don't listen to a lot of thrash to be able to tell, but I can tell that that part where the drums are more straightforward sounded like sounded more influenced by like an earlier genre of like rock or metal than like anything that was more around the time. Not pop punk, not emo, probably not other deathcore. That sounded just, yeah. Maybe punk at the slightest, punk at like the softest, I guess, but something. Okay. I really want to know whose job it was to put the lyrics on. It's just funny to me. I keep looking at, we don't know the lyrics for this one, and it's like, neither do I, but 20 years, buddy, you should have had this. But I just appreciate the musicality of this. You know what I also really like? Okay, so like I said, I've not listened to this album, but so I might be wrong. I'm just gonna make this assumption, I'll say. The way this sounds like they didn't actually like rewrite anything. They just re-recorded the songs the way that they were written, you know? Because like I think it was Black Veil Brides that did that with whatever album came out with Knives and Pens, and I like whatever with Knives and Pens, but the newer version, I was like, this does not sound good at all. Like, seems like they added to it and it made it worse. And this doesn't give me the same energy as they added to it, but this is also as if I know the original songs, you know? So maybe they did and it was all for the better, because everything sounds really good to me, but it almost sounds like they just said, how were the songs? Let's just do it again, you know? Oh yeah, here's another spot where the drum is playing the entire way through, but it sounds really good. It feels just very high energy. Yeah, they just like that writing convention. I have to, but it sounds cool. It gives. Sorry, I just noticed the bass like following the descent. That was cool. That sounded nice. There's a nice sense of like thickness added to it. Oh, I, I like the drums building up. I always like when the drums like give you a hint of what's about to happen with like the next part. Woo! Falling back. I'm like air kicking with this. I'm not a drummer though, but uh oh, that's interesting. Okay, I was expecting high notes, but doing like a lead that was like within the note range of like the chugs, like closer, like lower. Interesting, because it's like, I don't know, unless it was just like the guitar just adding extra notes or whatever, but it just sounded like, you know, like a lead, instead of having the lead part high up, they just brought it down like 2 octaves and just had it blend in, so it just sounded like more noise than anything. Hey, we gotta have fake outs, you know? At this point, it'd be more surprising if we didn't. And it is. It actually is surprising. I didn't know that Slow Dance was ending, because we did not do a fake out there. I was about to say, he's holding out on that snare. One. No. I was hoping they did one more round of it. I wanted to see if, like, oh, the speed. Okay, I thought maybe. I'm not going to say I thought we were going to keep going until I see that we're no longer on I Used to Make Out with Medusa. Hold on. Hold. Hold. Oh, we are holding. Okay. And okay. Okay, I was joking on the idea of a ballad. They actually have an acoustic? No way. No, this is gonna start like this, and then he's gonna hit us with another psych, and then it's gonna, you know? We're really leaning into this bit, but I fuck with it. All right. Unless it's another instrumental. Unless this is another instrumental, that's a possibility. I hate when I'm recording and my nose just gets way itchier, you know? Like it never itches, and then I get in front of the camera and the light, and boom, all of a sudden. I'm willing to bet that this song is what actually caused this change in sound later on. Ollie was like, wait, I actually do have something I could write with this. I wonder if, like, later on he wrote something to this and it became, like, a later song, you know? I do like that they incorporated the drums, because it's always something I have to remind myself of, but drums are an acoustic instrument, so, I mean, besides whatever is doing that like, top line part, and I guess the bass, if there is a bass in that. This is actually surprisingly pretty. I mean, after, like, so many songs of just, like, yeah, we got that. Oh, here we go. Yeah, baby, this is... Oh, yeah, this sounds sick as hell. Wasn't there a album? There was a cover album of this album. I remember listening to that. I'm so happy that this one actually has like an update. I didn't hate how the old one sounded, but I'm just happy that we got this like more pristine, you know? But I will say that there was a charm for like the 2000s style, you know? The early, you know? Could be nostalgia. For me, I think I just like how things sounded and looked back then too. God, those harmonics sound so clean too. And I just love it. I don't know. When I said it earlier, you guys know what I mean, right? It's like it's a lot, and then it's just everybody doing the same thing. Oh God, I need to learn to play this song. Huh. I need to learn to play this song because it's so good. Right? Okay. They did change it. Okay. They added like an effect, like a chorus or a phaser or something. I don't think that was there in the original. Okay, so there might be more changes in this album that I don't know about since I'm just not familiar, but that I can call out. Because I think it was just clean guitar or something like that. It just didn't sound like a phaser effect. Yeah, that one wasn't going to get me. That was not going to get me, buddy. But yeah, it's that dun part that gets me. That's the only reason why I listen to this. And I don't even know how... Oh, I had a roommate in college show me this song, and I was like, that's sick. Probably showed me that after I showed him Misogyneric by one of Jared Alonji's bands. Because it has something similar. Honestly, right now, I feel like we're more in new territory. Like I said, I'll listen to, like, the I Feel Dead part, get to, like, around there, and I'll be like, alright, I heard what I wanted. I feel so bad for Suicide Silence. They could never do this. Because I'm not going to lie, I would never want to hear their new vocalist doing anything with Mitch Lucker. Which he probably, I think, besides doing the songs live, I think he was on the Memoriam album. Was Ollie Sykes a part of that? I'd be very surprised if Ollie Sykes did not do anything for, like, that Mitch Lucker Memorial, like, album, performance show, whatever. That drummer just added hits, like, places. It's so it sounds so random, but I love where they hit. Gotta love the guitar minis. I feel like this is also very, I don't want to say pretty, I say more melodic. I'm surprised with how melodic this part sounds. But I guess at this point I shouldn't be surprised after hearing the song that came right before this being so beautiful. I legitimately am going to go back, bare minimum, listen to, like, that 15 and Counting, or whatever the name of that song was. 15, 14, Counting, whatever. I cannot remember the name. Because that surprised me. I wonder how long it took them to, like, relearn to play, either relearn these songs or, like, learn to just play them again, you know? Like, 20 years of music, like, I doubt that they've been, like, you know, brushing up on it every so often just to make sure they knew how to play it still, because they knew they were doing this. I wonder when they decided to do this, you know? Like, I feel like you have to have, like, a year and a half, maybe, just about to, you know, work around tours and other projects and all that stuff, you know? And I wonder if we're going to get any new Bring Me the Horizon soon after this release, or if this is, like, this album cycle, if that makes sense. Like, optimistically, I guess there would be, like, another Bring Me album in, like, in a year or something. But, I mean, you know, if there wasn't, I'm not gonna cry about it. There's probably a lot of work to put together. Like I said, a lot of relearning, probably writing it out to make sure, like, everything was right. Make sure they got the fans everything. The fans what they wanted with this. Very pretty ending. I'm almost certain it does not end like that on the original, but I'm not entirely certain. Oh, my kid, 1.5, loves this song. I'll put it on, he starts dancing to this. He'll headbang too. You know, it's funny. I found out recently, because this is the only one that doesn't say Repentant next to it. I didn't know that this was, like, an original for this, like, this. So I'm left to wonder, do they have this already, like, written and it was just like shelved in the vault back from 2006, or did they write a song to be in the style of Count Your Blessings? But it's so funny because now, having listened to the whole album and listening to this, it's crazy. If they wrote this song like more recently to be with the album, rather than like writing a song in the style of the album, rather than like having this already written prior and whatever, then it's crazy how well they were able to, like, I want to say, go back to that, you know? I also think it's funny that the new song has the lyrics up and not the older ones. That's still really funny to me. The canvas that Spotify has is also super weird. Like this, you can dance to this. I don't care what people say. You can dance to this shit. You can throw in as many kick drums as you want there, but I'm grooving and I'm moving to this. Hold on. What did... Oh, yeah. Dude, it's so funny. I'm starting to get into photography with this camera that I'm using. And I just imagine me finding the most, like, things that I find super pretty, listening to, like, this. Like, this is what I put on. Like, hearing this, like, activates something in my brain where I see the beauty in the world, surprisingly. I don't know, man. They really locked in on this one. I don't think I've ever been tempted to see Bring Me the Horizon live, but after listening to this, I kind of want to see them play this album live. Maybe throw in a couple other ones, but like, because I want to break. I want to be able to take a moment and have a breather for a few minutes. And then... Because, man... I will say, though, if they wrote this 20 years ago, they would have used that, like, third harmony or whatever. But I do like that this doesn't sound exactly like something you probably get to 20 years ago. It does still sound, I feel like, a little modern with the writing conventions. I feel like it feels like it's a good blend of, what if the us from 20 years ago wrote this song nowadays? I don't know if that makes sense, you know? But it feels more still like, I'd say like maybe an, I don't know, 80-20 split where it sounds very, like, much like Counting Your Blessings style. Because, I mean, hey, only they would put in a fake out. But yeah, no, it's after I played this music video and all for my mom and my kid. Kid's having a good time. Mom's like, he only likes it because you like it, but he's having a ball. And then I'm like, I want to play you another song from this band, and played Follow You. And she's like, oh, they got a new vocalist? I said, no. I also had fun telling her about the dodgeball snare. Virulent. Like, seriously? Oh, guys. Come on. Like, yeah, no, this is such a great song. I can't... Oh, my God. Okay. Okay. So, that was Count Your Blessings, Repented. That was really good. It's funny. Depending on the band or artist, I'll always, like, make a complaint. And it's like, oh, all these songs sound the same. Like, I hate when a band has, like, a vocalist that can do anything and all the songs sound the same. Like, come on, have some whatever. So, like, I knew not to have that mentality going into this, because I know that the only thing I really knew about the first album was that it was deathcore. So, and, you know, for the most part, I felt like a lot of the songs were very samey, like writing conventions, the guitar harmonies and all that stuff, you know. But it was super fun. And I thought, and then, like, they had the two songs, Slow Dance and... hold on, what was the name of that other one? Because it's gonna kill me if I can't remember the name of it. Let's see. And then also, was that even on? That had to be, because it said Repented. So I'm just assuming 15 Fathoms counting. I don't know what I said earlier, but I don't know. Let's see, what's that? Hold on. You know what? While I'm here, 15 Fathoms counting. Okay, all right. So yeah, no, that was really good. I don't, I can imagine, like, even if I tried listening to that album, it's crazy. Suicide Silence, I've been listening to that for like a decade now, I'll go back every so often and just pretty much from, I don't know, from whatever, I don't know the names, The Cleansing, through like The Black Crown. I like listen to pretty much anything that has like the Mitch Lucker stuff. But even then, like that was all I ever really cared for. And whenever I tried to listen to other stuff, I just couldn't. But I think what helped me is I hadn't listened to, I'm not going to say any other metal today, but I have not listened to anything too heavy. Probably the heaviest thing I listened to was Ex Mortis by Ice Nine Kills, because I just saw Evil Dead Burns last night. I wanted to listen to that, but like that's why like heaviest, or Haters Gonna Hate, Chunk No Captain Chunk, like stuff that's kind of like teetering. But yeah, so I feel like I've kept myself like pretty much heavyless the whole day, and then I came and listened to this and I was like, yeah baby, like let's just get into it, And I think especially with like deathcore, you just gotta go in. I don't know if this is how everybody feels, just going and having fun. That's how I feel about it. And then it just sounded like a lot of fun, I feel like it's something that I have to be in a mood to listen to, but a mood that I'd probably be into like 75% of the time, Or something where I will listen to like a ballad, something like She Makes Dirty Words Sound Pretty, or what's another good ballad? Oh, Stay. Oh no, it's not Stay. Stay With Me? Whatever the Mayday Parade song is, that's a good one. But like I'll go from something super sad and soft like that and then just be like, all right, let's do something heavy. And then I'll probably just put on like I Made Out with Medusa, or, off the Heezay or whatever, Dehumanized easily for sure, But that was, I'm not, and then like the guitar, I think, like I also said already, I'm only used to like Later Bring Me the Horizon, basically. And like I know that they can be heavy, and I know, but I never knew how good they were as like guitarists in anything. And even though I've listened to Off the Heezay before, I just never like clicked that was the same band as Right Now. But then listening to this, it's like, no, the people who made like That's the Spirit did this as well. Like they got that in them, And it's crazy because like, I mean, they still have really good songwriting, like, qualities. Like, the songs that, the stuff that I have heard and liked, like, they're really good. But, like, it's just crazy to just see, like, no, but here's, like, us, like, balling out, Like, they're going all out, like, shredding guitar harmonies that, like, sound really sick. All the tapping and stuff. Like, stuff that's, like, no, like, we sat down and we practiced to get good at what we do, and this is the result of it. And I respect it. I respect the hell out of all of that. And then Ollie Sykes, man, like I know he screams, but his lows are really, really beefy, man. Like, it just kind of kept blowing me away. I had to keep reminding myself. I was like, this is the guy who made Drown. This is the guy who did Can You Feel My Heart, Like, this is a dude that, like, I mean, but, like, it's just crazy to hear him, like, actually do that. And I think I've never once been able to understand why people would get mad at a band when they change their sound from, like, I don't know, one album to the other. It's like, oh, they got softer, they changed, they're not as good as they used to be. And I'm not saying that people should give Bring Me the Horizon that, but I feel like if I listened to That's the Spirit and then decided to listen to, like, their first album, I think I'd be like, no, seriously, who are these people? I think I found the wrong band. Like, this isn't just they changed it up a little bit and threw in a couple clean singing songs here and there. Like, that sounded completely different, like a left turn, for somebody who dabbles in Bring Me, not fully all in on that. So, I don't know. Maybe they do have songs from, oh, what's it, Suicide Season that was after that? Maybe Suicide Season onwards, they do have songs here and there that's like, they remember their roots. But I'm happy that they did this because, I mean, hey, there's going to be people out there that probably would have never listened to Count Your Blessings because the audio quality is just, I guess, compared to like what this was, just not as great. It's like has its own 2000s charm and whatnot, but you can tell it's of the time and the way that I hear it. Um, but like now, I guess people who might be like, snobs about that, you can't tell them like, oh, well, you should listen to the album. They got repented out. Like it sounds, cleaner and like they just, cleaned everything, the quality up and whatnot. You got to listen to that, and I hope the fans who like have stuck with them, I guess, or like really liked that. I very curious about what the general consensus is from like actual long time Bring Me the Horizon fans, because again, to me, it was just fun, like I think it's and it's interesting because like I did a listening party for a Knocked Loose album, I believe, and no, I didn't. I just listened to Knocked Loose's last album. I forget the name of it, but the one that has like the cross and the one with Poppy and Slaughterhouse 2, which I don't think is as good as Slaughterhouse 1. I remember listening to that and I'm just like, this actually just sounds kind of boringly repetitive. But this, even though I felt like the songs could possibly be clean, or it does sound repetitive to me. Felt like stuff sounded the same. I mean, it felt like they used the same like guitar run from one song to the other and everything. The drum writing was like felt similar in parts with like the thought process when writing it, but like, and I don't know how old they were, so that could possibly be another point, is how old they were when they wrote these songs. But it was fun. I just had a blast listening to it. Like it just felt more engaging overall. I felt like I constantly wanted to move. I constantly wanted to, like, just headbang, dance, move in some way, shape, or form, like, stank facing it all. Like, I was able to, it felt like when I met it on its level, like what it wanted to be, I guess, I don't know how else to phrase this, it felt like it delivered what it wanted, and it didn't bore. And I feel like when listening to music, that's all that matters. It did not bore me. And especially when I listen to some albums that feel like every song is like hitting a formula, I'm just like, some albums can be really boring when you try like just listening to it. But this one, I was just able to have fun a whole lot. I really liked this one. But yeah, I guess that's all for me. Let me know what you thought of Count Your Blessings Repented, and if you're gonna have both this and the original, or you're replacing the originals with this, or are you just never going to think about this one again? But please don't sleep on Dehumanized. That one's really good. But let me know your thoughts on Counting Your Blessings Repented. Well, that's it. I hope you have a great rest of your day and or night. Peace.